Hi guys, and thanks for joining me in this power yoga class with me, Eline. Today we have a short flow for about 30 minutes in which we're going to work on balance, standing balance, but also eventually an arm balance. And we'll work into some flexibility as well. And strength, of course. We're going to start standing today. So you're going to bring your big toes together. Heels can touch, but they don't have to. Bring your knees together, hips tight. Tuck in your tailbone and lengthen the spine and stand up tall. Reach the crown of the head towards the ceiling and just breathe. Take some time to connect with your breath. Create space with every inhale and a little grounding with every exhale. This is Tadasana, the mountain pose. It's the basic pose for all yoga asanas. So the length and the space that you have in Tadasana is actually what you want to create in every asana, so in every yoga pose. So we'll just spend here a little more time, and if you want you can look down towards your toes and maybe spread your toes on your inhale, and on your exhale you set them down toe by toe. One more time, inhale, take your toes up towards your face, spread them, and just set them down, toe by toe. So here we're creating the connection with the mat, with the ground, with gravity. Now we'll start to challenge that a little bit. So on our inhale, we reach our arms up, keep the shoulders away from your ears, and take your heels up. So you're standing on the balls of your feet. On the exhale, we bend the knees and we come and sit down into a little toe stand. Keep reaching the hands up. On your inhale, you reach back up. Keep the heels away from the mat. Exhale, come down. Keep your knees together. Staying on the balls of your feet. One more time like this. Inhale, reach up. Reach a little higher. Create space. And on the exhale, you bend down into your knees, come and sit into your toe stand. Try and keep reaching the arms up, keep the length in the spine. On your next inhale, you reach back up, and then you set your heels back down, bring your hands right next to your hips. Okay, then on our next inhale, you can stay where you are. I'm just going to show you. On your inhale, you reach up, try and create space. So reaching the sternum up towards the ceiling. Exhale, reach back, opening the chest. Inhale, come back towards the center. And on the exhale, we hinge from the hips all the way forward. Reach the sitting bones up. Try and reach the crown of the head down towards the mat. 2 more times like this. On the inhale, we reach all the way up, create length. Create space in the front side body. Exhale, bend back, opening the heart. Inhale, come back in towards the center. And on the exhale, we hinge from the hips, folding all the way forward. Keep breathing here. Last one. Inhale, reach up. Reach the fingertips up. Exhale, open the heart. Reach back. Try and keep looking towards your fingers. Inhale, reach back up. And exhale, fold. Try and keep your fingertips on the mat. If you have to bend your knees, bend your knees. Reach the crown of the head down and try and find a connection between your thighs and your belly. Now on our inhale, we keep the fingertips on the mat. Just try and create length in the spine. Reach the crown of the head forward. Exhale, bring your hands on your hips and slowly come all the way up. Now we're going to challenge our balance a little bit. We're going to start with the right leg. So firmly plant the left foot down into the mat. Spread your toes. Try and make as strong as a connection with the ground as you can. And then you can take the right knee in towards your chest. You can interlace the fingers underneath the knee and just reach the crown of the head up. Now you can stay here. This is the first variation. If you want to challenge yourself a little bit, you grab the right big toe with the index, middle finger and thumb, and you bring your left hand on your hip. Try and find a point in front of you that doesn't move, your point of focus. Then on the inhale, we reach the right heel forward. Breathing here, 5 breaths. Uttina Hasta Padangusthasana, hand to foot pose. Try and reach the right shoulder back. Keep that length in the spine and in your standing leg. So don't bend your knee too much. You can always have a little bend. 2 more breaths here. Otherwise, you just keep holding the knee. Now on our next inhale, we open the right leg up towards the right side. Keep looking at a point that doesn't move, but if you want to challenge yourself, you look towards the left side. If you are holding your knee, just take your knee out towards the side. 2 more breaths here. Keep taking long inhales and exhales, maybe your Ujjayi breath. Plant the left foot down, reach the crown of the head up. Last inhale. Exhale, take everything back in towards the center. Now you're going to keep your right leg lifted and just bring your hand back onto your hip. Staying here, just a couple of breaths, really burning the right leg. 1 more inhale here. Exhale, take your right leg back. That's always a hard one, keeping the leg lifted. Okay, so we did our right side. We're going to do the left side now. First, just find the footing with your right leg this time. So right leg is going to stay active. Keep the muscles in your right leg active. Then we're going to bend the left knee and bring the knee in towards your chest. Find your balance, tighten your core, interlace your fingers and just bring the left knee closer. Again, this can be your point where you're staying today and you're just going to open up later like this. Otherwise, if you want to challenge yourself, bring your right hand on your hip, take your index, middle finger and thumb and grab the left big toe. Inhale, reach the crown of the head up. Try and keep the length in the spine. Exhale, push your heel forward, left heel forward. Find that point in front of you that doesn't move and try and pull the left shoulder back. Staying here 4 more breaths. Try and keep reaching the crown of the head up. Breathing through the nose. And see if you can find more space, more length. Last 2 breaths. On your next inhale, you push the left knee out towards the side. You either keep looking forward or you can look over the right shoulder towards the right side. This is going to challenge your balance even more. Keep pushing the right big toe down into the mat. 3 more breaths here. And if you're shaking or wobbling a little bit, that's normal. Trees are also not static. They're also moving a little bit. So last inhale here. Exhale, bring everything back in towards the center. Now activate your left leg. Keep pushing the left heel forward. Bring your hands back on your hips. Breathing here, in and out through the nose. Last inhale and slowly release. Well done. Shake your legs out. Okay. Now we're gonna warm up the body a little more. We'll start by doing 2 sun salutations. So come to the front of your mat. Take 1 foot distance from the front, bringing the big toes together again, standing up tall in your Tadasana, hands behind your hips, or next to your hips rather. Now on your inhale, you reach the arms up, bringing the thumbs together. Create space. Exhale, hinge from your hips, fold all the way forward. Uttanasana. Inhale, lengthen the spine, reach the crown of the head forward. Exhale, plant your hands and step or jump back into plank and exhale down into chaturanga. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Plant your feet down into the mat, reach the sitting bones up. Spread your fingers. Look between your ankles or your knees. Roll the inner thighs in towards each other and push the triceps away from each other. Take 1 more inhale here. full exhale. Inhale, look towards your hands, come into your tippy toes, bend your knees and step or jump towards the front of the mat. Inhale, lengthen the spine, reach the crown of the head forward. Exhale, fold forward, Uttanasana. Inhale, reach up, all the way up. Exhale, bring your hands back towards your hips, Samastitihi. One more time like this. Inhale, reach the hands up, create length. Exhale, fold forward from the hips. Inhale, come halfway up. Exhale, plant your hands and step or jump back into Chaturanga. Inhale, upward facing dog. Push the tops of the feet down into the mat. Open your heart. Exhale, downward facing dog. Again, spread the fingers, spread the toes. Staying here for a couple of breaths. Reach the sitting bones up. Warm up the backs of the legs. So if you want, you can bend one knee and then bend the other. Otherwise, you stay still, static. One more full inhale here. And exhale. Inhale, look towards your hands, come into your tippy toes, bend your knees and step or jump. All the way forward, feet between the hands, fingertips stay on the mat. Inhale, reach halfway up, crown of the head reaches forward, sitting bones back. Exhale, folding forward. Inhale again, reach all the way up, let the thumbs touch. And exhale, bring your hands back right next to your hips, Samastitihi. Okay, moving on from here. Inhale, reach the arms up. Exhale, fold forward again. Inhale, come halfway up. Exhale, plant your hands and step back into a plank. Now, we're creating heat here in our plank. So reach the heels back, the crown of the head forward. Spread your fingers, keeping the toes together. Now from here, pull your belly button in, plant your left foot down into the mat and stack your right foot on top. We're coming into Vashisthasana, side plank. Your left shoulder is over the wrist and you're going to reach the right arm up. So this is also balancing on one side. Reach the right hip forward a little bit. Keep spreading the fingers, reaching the right arm up. And you can stay here, or if you want, you push the left foot down into the mat and reach the right leg up. Challenging your balance even more. Staying here, one more breath. Inhale. Exhale, bring your right foot back. Turn your right hand back down and square everything back in towards the center. Now from here, you're going to step your left foot towards the outside of the left leg. So we're coming into a lizard variation. You can stay with your right knee lifted, or you can bring the right knee down, whatever feels better. You can move around a little bit, opening the hip. Try and keep it as active as possible. And then from here, we're going to turn the right toes to 90 degrees, so the short edge of the mat, and then lengthen the left leg. Try and keep the left hand towards the inside of the left leg and reach the right hand up. So a triangle variation. Opening the hips a little. And then if you want, you can take the right hand down and maybe reach with the left hand for the right leg. So twisting in our triangle. Staying here, one more inhale. Exhale, bring your left hand back. Square everything back in towards the low lunge, the lizard low lunge. Plant your hands back and step your left foot back to meet the right, back into your plank. So we're going to do everything on the other side. So from here, turn the right toes towards the side. Push the right foot down into the mat. I'm not going to face you. Plant the left foot on top of the right and reach the left arm up. Vashisthasana on the right side. Keep pushing the left hip forward. Reaching the fingertips up. Now this can be enough for your balance. If you want more, take your left leg up. Reach the left leg up. And breathe here. 2 more breaths. Inhale and exhale through the nose. Reach the crown of the head forward. Last inhale. Exhale. Take your left foot back. Take your left hand back and square back off into your plank. Reaching the heels back. Crown of the head forward. Now from here, step your right foot towards the outside of the right hand in our lizard. You can stay in the active version and just move around. This is really about opening the hip. Not so much about going down, but more about the movement in the hip. Then from here, we're going to turn the left foot down, straighten the right leg, and reach the left arm up. Our triangle. Keep pushing both feet evenly into the mat. And then you can go even further by taking the left hand towards your right foot and then reaching for the left leg with the right hand, twisting. Keep breathing here. In and out through the nose. Last inhale. Exhale. Take everything back. Back into your low lunge lizard variation. Then step your right foot back to meet the left. Back into your plank. Inhale towards the tops of your toes. Exhale, chaturanga. Inhale, upward facing dog. And exhale, downward facing dog. Staying here in downward dog. One more inhale. Exhale, bring your knees down and come and sit down on your heels. Well done, guys. Now from here, we're gonna open the hips a little more and work towards a compass pose and an 8-angle pose. So you can come and sit in a cross-legged position. First, we really want to create more space in the hips. So I'm going to start with the right leg. Take your right leg in towards your chest. Make sure you feel the sitting bones down into the mat. The crown of the head reaches up. Then you take your right heel with your left hand and the knee with your right hand. You can either just hold them with the hands and open and close like this, or you can bring your elbows into the knee and the heel and interlace your fingers and open like this. So you want to move side to side, but you don't want to round the back. You want to stay sitting up tall and just move around here a little. Couple more breaths, opening the hip. And then we're gonna take the left hand to the right heel and the right hand onto the knee and just open back and forward a little. You really want to take it up high, so maybe you want to take both hands onto the heel and open like this, back and forward. Keep that length in the spine. And then slowly release, going to the other side. So left leg, flex the toes to protect the knee. Grab your heel and your knee and just move side to side. There are many ways you can actually hold the leg. You can also go like this. Whatever feels better in your body. I like it with the hands interlaced, the elbows. Gives me a little more strength, a little more ability to move my hip. So just a couple more breaths here. And then grab the heel with either one hand or both hands and just move back and forward a little bit. I like to put both hands on my knees and just move back and forward. Always keep breathing. Just a couple more here. And then slowly release. Just relax. Now we're gonna try the compass pose and 8 angle pose after each other, back to back. We're gonna start with the right leg again. So just make sure you keep the left heel in. And we're gonna try and keep both hips down into the mat. Now, the last thing we did was basically putting our knee or our leg onto our shoulder or tricep. That's what we're gonna try again. So grab your heel, your right heel, and just push the knee back as far as it will go. You really wanna try and put it further than your arm. Try and keep the hips down, so the hips tend to come up. Try and push the right hip down. Keep the toe flexed, and then see if you can put the knee onto the shoulder or the tricep. From here, you're gonna grab the right heel or the right foot rather with your left hand from the inside. Then you're gonna straighten out the right leg and just put the fingertips down into the mat. Now, if this is where you're gonna stay today, just try and stay here, maybe straightening out the right leg a little bit. If you feel like you have space in the right leg, try and straighten the right leg up while holding it with your left hand and maybe looking over towards the left side. Try and push the foot into the hand. Keep breathing here. This is compass pose. One more inhale here. Exhale, slowly bend the knee again. Keep that knee onto the shoulder, onto the tricep. Plant your hand, your right hand, back down into the mat, so not away but close to the hip, basically in front of the hip. Keep flexing the right toes. We're gonna work into our arm balance. Now for 8 angle pose, we wanna cross the left ankle on top of the right. So basically, your right leg is leaning on your tricep or your shoulder, however high you can get it up. If it gets lower than the elbow, then you probably won't be able to do this arm balance. Then you place your hands at the width of your shoulders, spread the fingers wide, push the hands down into the mat, and on your inhale, you tighten up your belly and you lift your hips from the mat. Now from here, we're gonna make chaturanga arms. So we're gonna bend the elbows and we're gonna straighten out the legs and push them out in front of you. Coming into 8 angle pose. The ankles stay crossed and you try and look towards your feet. Breathing here, keeping the elbows bent. One more inhale and exhale. Sit back down into the mat. Well, that was challenging, right? Well, great try, great job. If it didn't work, you can always try again. This is just showing you the technique. You can always come back to the video and try again and again. And it obviously needs some practice. Also, one side might be much easier than the other. So we're gonna go to the left one, see how we go there. So take your right heel in. First, make sure you feel the sitting bones down into the mat. Keep that length in the spine as much as possible. Now take your left heel in. And we're gonna try and basically put the leg on top of the shoulder or the upper arm. So like a backpack. Try and keep the hips down onto the mat as much as possible. So left leg on top of the shoulder, on top of the tricep, whatever is available. Now grab the left foot with your right hand from the outside. So from the front side of the foot and then the pinky toe edge. Straighten out the left hand as far as it will go without pulling the left hip up. So left hip stays down. Straighten out the left arm. Fingertips stay onto the mat. And from here, maybe try and straighten the left leg out, looking out towards the right side, coming into your compass pose. Breathe here. Push the left foot into the hand. So left leg is staying active. This is also a really good side body stretch for the right side. Couple more breaths here. Last deep inhale. And exhale, slowly bend the knee again. And just let it stay on top of the shoulder or the tricep. Tricep is enough. We're taking the left hand back in towards the center, about hips width or shoulder width. And then we're moving into 8 angle pose. So for 8 angle, we're gonna keep the left toes flexed. So the left leg is staying active. Plant your hands about shoulder width and then cross the right foot, right ankle on top of the left. Now spread your fingers wide. Make your belly active. Keep flexing the toes. Inhale, push your hips away from the mat. So this requires some core for sure. Now from here, we're gonna make our chaturanga arms and just straighten out the legs. Looking towards our feet, leaning forward a little bit. Just try, see how it goes on this side. Take one more inhale here. And exhale. Take everything back in towards the center. Well done. My left side is definitely my weaker side, couldn't hold it as long, so I need some training on the left side. But even if you tried, well done. Okay, now just to wrap it up, we're gonna relax a little. Come and lay down all the way onto your backs. And first, just straighten out the legs. Reach your arms up and over, full body stretch. Reach the fingertips away from your head and point the toes. Try and make your body as long as possible. Come back to your breath. And don't judge yourself if it didn't work today. At least you tried, right? Okay, now bring the right knee in towards your chest and interlace your fingers. Push the knee towards your chest. Breathing here. Now on your next exhale, you take the right knee from the outside with the left hand and just take the right knee over towards the left side, coming into a twist. Stretching your right arm out, maybe looking over towards the right side. Take deep inhales and exhales here. Pull your belly in with every exhale. Take one more deep inhale here. And exhale, bring everything back in towards the center and straighten out your right leg again. We're going to do the same thing with the left side. So first take your left knee in towards your chest, interlace the fingers and pull your knee closer towards your chest. Taking some breaths here. Then you take the outside of the left knee with your right hand. Straighten out your left hand if you can. And then roll the left knee over towards the right side, coming into a twist. And in twisting especially, it's really important to take deep breaths. Promoting that detoxifying effect of twists. We're going to take 2 more breaths here. Deep inhales and exhales. Last inhale. And on your exhale, you take everything back in towards the center. Take your right knee back in. And just give yourself a little hug. Say, thank you, body. You did well today. Then you can cross your ankles and just grab your feet from the outside and rock and roll on your back a couple of times. 3 or 4 times before sitting up all the way. Come and sit in a cross-legged position with a straight spine. Pose that feels good in your body. Then we're going to bring the hands together in front of the heart. And we're just going to rub the palms together, create some heat, some energy. Then you're closing your eyes, opening your palms, and bring them over your eyes, soaking up the energy you just created. Then slowly bring your hands back together in front of your heart. And very gently open your eyes. Namaste. Well done, everyone. Thank you so much for joining me. Let me know in the comments if you liked it or what classes you would like to see next. Also, check out the schedule of the SSC on YouTube or on Facebook to see which classes we have this week and ones that you can join. We have live classes, we have recorded classes like this one. And I hope you stay fit and stay safe in this period. Thank you.